3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Please note, I enjoy promoting local places and want more folks to see what the wonderful city of Khon Kaen has to offer. I am not affiliated with nor benefit from promoting the businesses in this video. If the content feels like a sponsored infomercial, it was not my intention. Thank you. Yes, I'm running out of ways to say that, but I want people to understand my opinions are honest and not part of some cash cow agenda. So, Poi data is telling me that there are over 1,500 cafes in Khon Kaen, the district of Khon Kaen, that is. But 47% of those are inside the city itself. I find that kind of suspect. When I dig deeper, the actual cafe count looks more like around 50 cafes inside the city. That's when you include businesses with dining or seating areas, indoor seating, that sort of thing. Needless to say, the number is really high for a city of this size. And you will not find me complaining. I struggled to make this video because I originally wanted it to be 2 videos, but if I'm being honest, one of the cafes here didn't have enough material and I wasn't keen on returning to it. That being said, there was nothing wrong with the cafe. It just wasn't, how do I put this? I wasn't its intended demographic. In the center of the Old Town, just down the street from Central Khon Kaen Mall, you will find yourself at the City Pillar. It is one of the religious sites in the city that rivals Wat Nong Wang, just a bit to the south of here off Klang Muang Road or Mung Klang Road. It is the only religious site that has just as many worshippers attending it on a daily basis as Wat Nong Wang. The triangular roundabout with which the shrine is located is at the center of much of the action in Khon Kaen when it comes to, say, dining, hotels, and nightlife. Additionally, the train station is a 10-minute walk down Soi Damrum Samram towards the southwest direction. Also, the Innovation Center and loads of bars frequented by Westerners in the Pullman Hotel area is just across the street to the north side of the pillar. So pretty much if you point in any direction from the pillar, you're not far from some place that you can rest, dine, or shop in. As a matter of fact, the 2 cafes I checked out here today are on Damrum Samram Road, which is literally, and I'm being literal here, a 2-minute walk from the pillar if you just cross the street. I nicknamed this little Soi Teakwood Row because of its striking dichotomy in that it has these teakwood houses. I love the old-fashioned aesthetic contrasted against the new skyrises nearby. Although I only highlight 2 cafes here, there are at least 5 if I counted correctly, along with a speakeasy bar and several restaurants before you reach the train station itself. The first cafe I checked out is inside one of those teakwood buildings, and it was by far my favorite of the 2 cafes. Named Rock On Cafe. Sounds like, rock on. It feels like a mom and pop cafe that is being run by their hip young son or daughter. Sort of like a Seattle coffee shop before Starbucks kind of took over. A place where business folks mingle with the college crowd and the hipster crowd. The cafe was filled with a variety of customers, mostly middle class and upper middle class types, as well as Western pensioners from what I could see. The service was quick and efficient like a chain coffee house, but without the sterile, cold predictability of a coffee roasting juggernaut like Starbucks. There are 2 floors, but this doesn't improve the view of Damrum Samram Road, or Dunrum, I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, it doesn't improve the view of the actual road itself, because basically if you're on the other side of the road looking towards the cafe, that's where you see really cool looking teakwood buildings. From inside the cafe looking in the other direction, you just see these old, sort of quasi-dilapidated concrete buildings. There is a bit of outdoor seating and the day was perfect, so that's what I opted for. The coffee was really good and the prices were less than what you would pay for at a bigger chain like Starbucks. The hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on regular days and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the weekends. So definitely not a nighttime hangout here, unfortunately. Of course, just down the street across from the pillar, if you go just a bit down across from the Innovation Center, you'll see a place called Hugs Mall. I believe the coffee shop in there is still 24 hours. Now, the first day I came here, I had a tuna sandwich, a blue soda, and iced cappuccino. All were great. Man, I forgot how much I enjoy tuna sandwiches, actually. It must have been like a couple of years since I had one. The second time I visited the cafe, I had a regular iced cappuccino and blueberry pie. I'm not sure what kind of pie, but it wasn't exactly cheesecake, and certainly not like the one at Monet Cafe out in Ban Phang. However, it was nice. It was a nice blueberry pie, tangy and not overly sweet. Plus, they had a large selection of pastries and desserts to choose from. Now, Godfather 2 Cafe, that's a different vibe altogether. The two cafes are side by side, sharing a driveway, I believe, and the driveway probably belongs to Godfather 2, but on the other side of the driveway is Rock On Cafe. Godfather 2 is a really sleek, modern building, and it definitely stands out amongst the teakwood buildings. The kind of person who would really enjoy this cafe is, well, not me. First, the music was loud, almost nightclub loud. It was also hip-hop, so the place had a more vibrant, upbeat feel than a relaxing place. The lighting was very dim. The aesthetics were almost brutalist. Like, you know, that brutalist, minimalist design elements that you would see in Brazilian buildings back in the 60s or 70s. The coffee was really good, and the service was great. The staff is very professional. If not for the music, I would have loved this cafe. This is the kind of place a 20-something or 30-something would come to if you want a bar atmosphere, but without the alcohol. The merchandise sold here was really cool as well. It's definitely a place for young, hip, and outgoing people. I'm not young, I'm not hip, and I'm only selectively outgoing. So, as cool as the cafe was, we were not a good match. It's definitely YouTuber and influencer friendly though. Strangely, and I mean strangely, the hours are, well, just odd. It's open daily from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. This definitely looks like a place that could be hopping at nighttime though, so I don't know why the hours are like so rigid and day-centric. So, which cafe was the best? Well, that depends on who you are. I could see a 20-year-old me gravitating towards Godfather 2 for sure, but the middle-aged me really liked the quiet, relaxed atmosphere of Rock On Cafe. Whatever the choice is, obviously Khon Kaen is brimming with them. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, I love you, I appreciate you, and I wish you all the best in life. See you next time.
All right, Cal, it's either you or me. It's either you or me. I guess it's you, and I gotta get out of the way. Yes, sir.